Okay guys, so check it out. I deal with a lot of everyday pet dog owners every single day. Whether it's through private lessons, my board and train seminars, I see a lot of people. And unfortunately, even a lot of dog trainers struggle with this very simple, basic stuff. The issue we have is when an individual is trying to teach the dog obedience. And here we're going to use food. That's what most people are going to do, right? They never get away from the food because they never truly teach the dog what they're trying to accomplish. They just have no idea, okay? They don't understand the timing. They don't understand how dogs learn. They want to do everything the way humans do things, and our habits usually jumble everything together, right? So people send me videos every day. I do the online stuff, I do the online classes and the consultations, and the videos are always the same. The human is doing everything at the same time. The command, the marking, the hands, everything's at the same time. And the problem with that is, if you truly want the dog to learn the verbal command, so eventually you don't need anything, you just tell the dog what you want and it does it, you have to start using separation between everything, okay? Because the dog is always going to pick up the physical cue, the visual cue, over the verbal cue. So if you're jumbling them all together, right, it's why so many people fail when they come out in front of us at a seminar. I say, okay, let me see your obedience, and they do all their stuff, and the dog does pretty well. I say, okay, now stand there and don't move and give all the same commands. 9.5 out of 10 people fail miserably because their dogs don't know the commands. They know the hand signals, they know the body movements, they know our little gestures that we do with everything we do. So I'm gonna just start sending out some very simple basic videos for the people I work with online that even struggle with the most basic of things, okay? So I don't have any clients' dogs here now, but if you go through all my videos, you'll see this, but I'll just use Dante here. We have food. I have food in both pockets, okay? Preferably, if I really want to have an impact on the dog, like if it's not my dog, I just don't want to get my pants dirty, right? I'm gonna have food in my pockets because everything we do is a signal to the dog. We're cueing the dog on what we're going to doing. So if I put that fanny pack on, the treat pouch, the dog knows what we're doing. If I put the vest on, he knows what we're doing, right? So if you really want to make it more effective, have food on you, both pockets, so you can start rewarding with both hands. Another issue we see, right? You get stuck on food too long, and then the dog only stands at the left hand because that's the hand you always reward with. You have to start thinking of all these little things. The dog knows your movements better than you do, all right? So here we're gonna make believe Dante doesn't know anything, and we're gonna just start luring him into a sit and a down. It's not about the sit and the down, it's about the timing of the command, the lure, the mark, the reward, all right? Super, super simple. Even the way we hold the food. I see you folks, you take a dog like Dante and you're trying to stick it in his face like this, you're gonna lose your fingers, right? So I want the food in my hand, I cover it with my thumb, and even then, he's rough pushing into it, but I don't want to make him soft doing that, right? He's a different kind of dog. So let's just watch the timing of things. Super simple, okay? All right, Dante, come here, buddy. What are you doing? All right, so let's make believe he doesn't know. So we're gonna put food in our hand to lure him into a sit, right? So it looks like this. Dante, sit. Yes. Good. All right, buddy. Sit. Yes. Sit. Yes. Sit. Yes. Right? So it's command, lure, mark, move for him to get the reward, right? Command, lure, mark, move. Come here, Dante. We'll do it with the down. All right. I didn't tell you to do anything yet. Come here. Down. Yes. Good. All right. Down. Yes. Down. Yes. Come on, boy. Let's go. Down. Yes. Down. Yes. Sit. Yes. Down. Yes. Down. Sit. Down. Yes. So you see the timing of that, right? We give the command, we lure, we mark, we move. Super, super simple stuff. As much as I hate posting this stuff because people are like, why is he showing this stuff? The majority of people struggle with this. They struggle with it. They just can't do it. And if you can't do this, how are you supposed to fix problem behaviors? The communication has to be there, right? One more time. Come here, Dante. Sit. Yes. Good. Now, let's make believe he knows the commands, which he does. There's no more food in the hands, right? There's no more luring. Down. Yes. Come here, Dante. Sit. Yes. Down. Yes. So you see there, what does everyone I work with do? I mean, this is like 99.9 out of 100 people, right? Let's say they give the command correctly. Before they even mark the behavior, before they say yes or click, whatever they're using, the hand is here. The hand's going for the reward. Because the human is so excited about rewarding the dog, and they're so worried about getting in there and making themselves happy first, right? This becomes the mark. And that's why most people we work with, we say, what's your reward marker? And they say yes. And I say, no, it's not. No, it's not. I just watched you work your dog for 2 minutes. You said yes probably 4 or 5 times and you did nothing. Nothing happened. Then the dog could be laying there and I say yes. They say yes and the dog doesn't even look. You see, when I say yes, before I move, he's jumping up because that mark has power, right? Then what else do people do? They call it, they do what I call the porn yeses, right? Instead of just saying yes and rewarding, it's yes, yes, yes. Oh my God, yes, yes, yes. That's porn yeses. We're not making porn here. No doggy porn. Mark the behavior, move, reward the dog. Stop moving the hands beforehand. You're clouding everything with your dog. You're making everything more difficult than it has to be. The same thing if, we'll get into that in another video using a leash and a collar, and we'll start going over some negative reinforcement. What does everyone do? No, 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 no leash pop same time. Do you want to walk around popping that leash for the rest of the dog's life? That's what you're going to do, and that's what most people do, right? Same thing. The timing's all the same, whether it's good or bad. No, pop. No, pop. Why? Eventually you want to be able to say no, and you don't have to do anything. But because the human can't break the habits, and we want to do everything at the same time, and trust me, I'm guilty too at times. We all do it, unless you really pay attention to it. It takes effort to break, so you have to do it, right? So let's do it with the heel, okay? All right, Dante. Heel. Yes. Down. Yes. There's no rush to get to the reward. The timing of the mark is what's really important. You don't have to rush the reward. All right, Dante, let's go. Down. Yes. Sit. Down. Sit. Stand. Yes. See, no rush for the reward. The mark is what's important with the timing, okay? So you'll hear people say, oh, you have to reward within 1.5 seconds. That's bullshit. No, you don't. If we're doing distance work, if Dante or any of my dogs are 100 yards away, and I'm saying down, sit, stand, sit, down, right? And then I say yes, he's gonna come flying to me. It's going to take him a lot more than 2-3 seconds to get 100 yards. Do you think after that 1.5 seconds or that 2 seconds on the way to me, he goes, oh shit, what was I supposed to do now? Doesn't matter. It's when I mark it, it's what's important. Same thing if I'm going to use negative reinforcement. Same scenario. Down, sit, stand, 100 yards away, right? He's in a down and he moves on his own. I have to mark that immediately. No. And I could walk all the way down there. No. When I get there, I can give him a little leash pop, put him back where he was. Makes sense to the dog. He's going to learn, right? The timing of that mark is vital. Stop doing everything at the same time. What do you think? He doesn't want the food. He wants to play. So now when I turn this off, we're gonna have a good time together. But I wanted to get this out there now because I have a long list of videos that I'm going through today with online students. And every time I start with someone new, it's the same thing, right? People are putting the food in here. Sit. Yes, yes, yes. Oh my God, it's so good. Yes. And then they want to pet the dog and rub the dog. That's for you. That's making you feel good. But all you're doing is clouding everything for the dog, and they're not learning shit. Shut your mouth. Just focus on the things that have to be said and have to be done, and you're going to see training go much faster. What do you think? What do you think? You ready? Down. Riviera. Down. Yes. Again, about making your signal strong, right? What happened when I said, you ready? He's like, oh shit, yeah. Now he knows we're about to rock and roll. I can't stress it enough, guys. These markers have to have power. And for the majority of the people I work with and see, your markers have no power because you're into the doggy porn with the yes, 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 and doing all this and all of this. Stop it, stop it, stop it. Break things down, slow things down. The dog learns in pictures, and you have to separate each part for him to truly understand it so you could wean away from the food and the hand signals and the luring. That's how we get rid of all that stuff. Thank you for your help, Mr. Dante. You ready to go play now? Let's do this.